You can't see anything, can't see one step in front of you. I'm pulling a 300-pound sled 12, 13 hours per day.
Deep beneath the icy expanse of Antarctica, a discovery has been made that could rewrite the history of our planet.
I know this sounds crazy. At one point, some people are like, what's going on with Antarctica?
I think we're getting very close to rediscovering some of the things that our ancient ancestors were up to.
Frozen civilizations lost for millennia have been found preserved under layers of ice, revealing secrets that have been hidden from the world for thousands of years.
Presence of Antarctica on ancient maps, because we didn't discover it until 1820.
What ancient mysteries are waiting to be uncovered?
And that's where they say Eisenhower made a deal with these aliens.
You can really go down a deep rabbit hole if you read about ice ages.
In the 1770s and early 1780s, the fearless British explorer Captain James Cook fearlessly set sail, his unwavering determination leading him to circumnavigate vast stretches of the Southern Ocean. Armed with unparalleled courage, Cook's legendary voyages left an indelible mark on history as he meticulously mapped uncharted territories, including the enigmatic Antarctic region. Graham Hancock believes that the world was gifted with more accurate maps of the Southern Hemisphere through Cook's extraordinary efforts, finally unveiling the long-elusive Antarctic coastline. This watershed moment solidified Antarctica as a distinct landmass and revolutionized our understanding of its awe-inspiring geographical features. Meanwhile, a new breed of intrepid scientists set their sights on the icy expanse of Antarctica. With their mission to unravel the mysteries surrounding climate change's impact on the Ross Ice Shelf, little did they know what awaited them was an extraordinary revelation beyond their wildest imaginations. During their awe-inspiring expedition in Antarctica, a breakthrough of monumental proportions unfolded, courtesy of the ingenious mind of Hugh Hogan, a New Zealand researcher and associate professor at the prestigious Antarctic Research Centre, nestled within the halls of Victoria University of Wellington. Hogan's keen eye caught sight of a peculiar groove on the ice shelf while examining satellite images, sparking a daring hypothesis: an intricate network of freshwater lakes and rivers concealed beneath the frozen expanse. Interestingly, 2 years later, the team embarked on a groundbreaking expedition armed with drills and unwavering determination. It was a pioneering endeavor, the first direct scientific investigation into the enigmatic subglacial water. As they descended 500 meters into the depths, their hearts pounded in anticipation while the camera descended into the depths. Initially, the researchers were puzzled by hazy images and blurry figures that swayed on the screen, threatening to obscure their view. There were some questions, but Craig Stevens of the National Institute of Water and Atmospheric Research in New Zealand assuaged them. "We thought something was wrong with the camera," he recounted to The Guardian. However, as the camera's focus sharpened, a spectacle beyond their wildest imaginations unraveled. The murky haze gave way to a breathtaking sight of a vibrant, bustling congregation of amphipods, lively creatures thriving in the subglacial waters. It was a moment of revelation, an awe-inspiring confirmation that they had stumbled upon a hidden world teeming with life. But among the remarkable findings beneath the ice shelf, one revelation is the presence of minuscule crustaceans resembling tiny shrimp or amphipods. These intriguing creatures, belonging to the same phylum as lobsters, crabs, and barnacles, added a touch of wonder to the expedition. As Craig Stevens emphasized in the statement from NIWA, the team experienced an overwhelming sense of discovery. Their astonishment grew when they encountered an unexpected twist of a meltwater tube that defied their expectations. Rather than a smooth passage, the tube revealed an unusual structure. It appeared narrow, with undulations reminiscent of a loaf of bread, featuring a prominent bulge at the top and a narrow slope at the bottom. But the surprises didn't end there. Within the tube, the scientists were greeted by the sight of 4 or 5 distinct layers of water flowing in different directions, adding an intriguing dimension to their observations. The team, overcome with childlike wonder, found themselves jumping up and down in excitement. They had not anticipated encountering signs of life in these frigid waters, making the presence of these remarkable creatures all the more exhilarating. The realization that an important ecosystem thrived in these unexpected depths ignited a surge of excitement within the researchers. The very presence of these creatures swimming around their equipment unveiled a hidden world of intricate interconnections and vital significance. As one member of the team recollected to The Guardian, their elation knew no bounds. With a touch of wonder in his voice, Hugh Hogan described the experience as stepping into a realm unseen by human eyes. Such is the mysterious nature of this place. But there's more to this astonishing tale. We must delve into the realm of speculation and intrigue, where pyramid-like structures emerge from the icy landscape, capturing the imaginations of countless internet users. One particular mountain in Antarctica, its distinct pyramid shape defying conventional explanations, has become a viral sensation. The online realm buzzes with discussions and theories, pondering its origins and purpose. Some enthusiasts propose the idea that an ancient civilization constructed this enigmatic pyramid, a testament to a forgotten era of advanced human achievements. Others entertain the tantalizing notion that extraterrestrial beings may have played a role in their creation, leaving us to question our place in the vast cosmos. Amidst Antarctica's icy expanse, there is a modest mountain, yet its distinctive pyramid shape sets it apart from its towering counterparts across the globe. Murray Pelto, a seasoned professor of environmental science at Nichols College, sheds light on this captivating structure, revealing that it reaches a height of approximately 450 feet, a remarkable feat, surpassing even the grandeur of the Statue of Liberty. However, let us not be fooled by its intriguing form. Compared to the mighty Burj Khalifa, piercing the sky at an astonishing height of 2,722 feet, the Antarctic pyramid pales. Its proportions may be humbler, but its enigmatic allure remains undiminished. Beyond the enigma of the pyramid lies a fascinating history etched in the very fabric of Antarctica. Geological and paleontological records unveil a tale of enduring icy landscapes stretching back a staggering 34 million years. This frozen realm has stood as a testament to time, preserving its secrets beneath layers of ice for countless millennia. While we envision this icy continent as a frozen realm, evidence suggests that it harbored a vastly different climate in the past. Picture a land where giant rainforests thrived, teeming with diverse vegetation perfectly adapted to its unique conditions. In recent years, groundbreaking research has unveiled a revelation that surpasses our wildest imaginations: a river flowing beneath the colossal Antarctic ice sheet. To put its magnitude into perspective, this extraordinary subglacial river stretches even longer than England's iconic River Thames. Stretching an astounding distance of 460 kilometers, this remarkable river network rivals the combined land area of both France and Germany. This awe-inspiring discovery was made possible through the utilization of cutting-edge technology, a fleet of aircraft equipped with ice-penetrating radar. As scientists conducted a series of daring aerial surveys, they witnessed a sight that defied expectations. The radar unveiled an intricate web of rivers flowing beneath the icy surface, meandering through the ancient bedrock. These hidden waterways, unseen by human eyes until now, painted a vivid picture of an intricate subglacial river network. The journey of this mighty river reaches its climax as it ultimately empties into the Weddell Sea, merging with the vast expanse of the Southern Ocean. The sheer scale of this river, spanning hundreds of kilometers, highlights the remarkable forces at play beneath the icy veneer of Antarctica. For decades, the existence of subglacial lakes beneath the Antarctic ice captivated scientists, leading them to believe that these isolated bodies of water stood alone in their icy isolation. But recent breakthroughs have shattered these assumptions, revealing a truly remarkable revelation. New research has now uncovered a complex and interconnected system lying beneath the Antarctic ice sheet. Picture an extensive network of rivers flowing beneath the frozen surface, linking one another in a web of hidden channels and pathways. This interconnected river system, akin to those found in other corners of the world, challenges our preconceived notions about Antarctica's subglacial landscape. Martin Siegert, a renowned glaciologist from the Grantham Institute at Imperial College London and co-author of the groundbreaking study, emphasizes the transformative implications of this discovery. If not for the colossal ice cover above them, these subglacial systems would resemble the interconnected river networks we encounter elsewhere on our planet. But what does this interconnected river system mean for the ice itself? It's a slippery revelation, quite literally. The presence of this extensive subglacial river network creates a lubricating effect on the ice above. Imagine a vast network of water flowing beneath the ice, reducing the friction between the ice sheet and the bedrock. This discovery has profound implications for our understanding of ice dynamics, contributing to our knowledge of how ice sheets move and evolve over time. According to esteemed Professor Martin Siegert, this extensive subglacial network carries a weighty potential that could send shockwaves across the globe, as the melting of all this ice has the capacity to elevate global sea levels by a staggering 4.3 meters. While this process would occur gradually over time, the uncertain response of the ice to global warming adds an intriguing twist to this equation. Nestled beneath the Antarctic ice sheet, this remarkable river system weaves its path beneath the colossal weight of 4 immense ice masses. Picture the Institute Ice Stream, the Mueller Ice Stream, Support Force Glacier, and Foundation Ice Stream Academy Glacier, a delicate balance between stability and change. These frozen giants teeter on the edge of transformation, their boundaries poised to retreat further inland, potentially triggering instability with far-reaching consequences. Emerging from the depths of the ice, the subglacial river embarks on its journey, eventually flowing into the Southern Ocean beneath a towering floating ice shelf. Here, the river encounters a dynamic interplay between water and ice, where the forces of nature intertwine to shape the ever-evolving Antarctic landscape. The implications of this newly discovered river system extend far beyond the frozen realm. As climate change continues to loom, the delicate balance of these ice masses and the behavior of the subglacial river system hold the keys to unlocking our understanding of future sea level rise. The river's influence on ice dynamics and stability could prove to be a game-changer, reshaping our projections of how Antarctica and the world at large will be affected by the rising tides of a changing climate. Recent research published in the prestigious journal Nature Geoscience sheds light on a potential menace lurking beneath the mighty subglacial river's erosive power. This meltwater flowing beneath the ice can erode the very foundation of the ice shelf from below, casting a shadow of uncertainty on its integrity. The consequences of this destabilization could be profound, leading to a hastened retreat of the ice and a gradual thinning and fragmentation of the once majestic ice atop the Antarctic bedrock. Thinned and fractured ice stands defenseless against the relentless forces of nature. The grinding motion against the underlying rock generates friction, accelerating the melting process and introducing more water into the labyrinthine under-ice river system. A precarious chain reaction is set in motion as the melting ice shelf ushers in a cascade of events that amplify its own demise. We must unravel the intricate dynamics at play to comprehend the urgency and pace at which this icy transformation will unfold. Christine Dow, a distinguished glacial hydrologist from the University of Waterloo, highlights the significance of understanding these processes. From satellite measurements, we have gleaned valuable insights into which regions of Antarctica are losing ice and to what extent. However, the crucial question of why this is happening remains elusive. Meanwhile, researchers have unveiled a hidden force that may significantly hasten the ice melt process, in a revelation that could be the missing link in our scientific models. This discovery has the potential to upend our predictions, suggesting that we have been underestimating the speed at which Antarctica will succumb to the relentless forces of climate change. As our planet continues to warm, Antarctica's response could mirror that of its counterpart, Greenland. Unlike Antarctica, where the surface remains mostly frozen even during summers, Greenland experiences annual surface melt due to rising temperatures. However, a cascade of events would be set in motion if Antarctica reaches a critical threshold and undergoes surface melting. Water would eventually seep through the huge Antarctic ice sheet's crevices as the surface ice melts, reaching the ice sheet's very base. This surface meltwater would then contribute to a deeper and more extensive melting process. Neil Ross, a distinguished glacial geophysicist from the University of Newcastle and co-author of the groundbreaking study, emphasizes that previous research focused primarily on the interaction between the ice sheet's edges and the surrounding ocean. However, the recent discovery of an extensive river system stretching hundreds of kilometers inland has unveiled a vital piece of the puzzle. This newfound river system, acting as a driving force, plays a crucial role in propelling the intricate processes that accelerate ice melt. A holistic understanding is imperative to grasp this transformation's complexities fully. It necessitates examining the interplay between the ice sheet, oceanic waters, and the vast freshwater network beneath the surface. Ross emphasizes the importance of studying the intricate interplay between these factors to comprehensively understand the dynamic melting processes occurring in Antarctica. In an astonishing breakthrough, scientists have stumbled upon an extraordinary finding in the frigid Antarctic region, a treasure trove of ancient DNA from microorganisms that thrived nearly 1 million years ago. This groundbreaking study unveils the oldest DNA ever discovered in seafloor sediments, unveiling a captivating chapter in our knowledge of Earth's history. Meanwhile, during a survey conducted in 2019 by the International Ocean Discovery Program in the Scotia Sea near Antarctica, scientists serendipitously collected unique genetic samples known as sedimentary ancient DNA, hailing from depths as profound as 178 meters beneath the seafloor. Only recently have these precious DNA fragments been meticulously examined, marking the first of its kind as researchers strive to unlock the age of these remarkable genetic remnants. With meticulous care, the team delved into the intricate patterns of damage present within the ancient DNA fragments. Astonishingly, the oldest fragments they examined were approximately 1 million years old, shattering the previous record held by sediment DNA found in Arctic permafrost dating back around 650,000 years ago. As reported by Science Alert, this remarkable discovery pushes the boundaries of our understanding of ancient DNA preservation. Linda Armbrecht, the study's lead author and researcher at the Institute for Marine and Antarctic Studies at the University of Tasmania in Australia, emphasized the exceptional state of preservation exhibited by these samples. She attributed this remarkable condition to the combined effects of frigid temperatures, minimal oxygen levels, and the absence of damaging UV radiation in their subsea environment. Despite the groundbreaking nature of this find, the precise identification of the species to which the oldest sediment DNA belongs remains uncertain for scientists, sparking further intrigue and excitement as they delve deeper into unraveling the secrets locked within these ancient genetic remnants, Graham Hancock opined. However, through extensive analysis, they have ascertained that the ancient DNA originates from a eukaryote. This group encompasses a wide range of organisms such as animals, plants, and fungi, excluding bacteria and viruses. Intriguingly, a substantial portion of the DNA samples uncovered in this remarkable study is attributed to diatoms. Graham Hancock believes that these diatoms, a type of phytoplankton, continue to thrive in the present-day oceans and hold a crucial position in marine food chains. Diatoms are microscopic organisms with intricate silica shells, often appearing like delicate works of art. Graham Hancock explained that they can convert sunlight into energy through photosynthesis, making them vital primary producers in aquatic ecosystems. These ancient diatom DNA fragments provide a unique glimpse into the past, suggesting that these microscopic organisms have thrived in the Earth's oceans for an astonishing length of time, preserving their genetic legacy through the ages, Hancock added. Through meticulous examination of the DNA samples extracted from the waters of the Scotia Sea, scientists have stumbled upon an intriguing revelation. The evidence points towards a remarkable surge in diatom populations approximately 540,000 years ago, aligning with a period of natural global warming on Earth. As outlined in their published paper, the researchers propose a captivating hypothesis. They suggest that a perfect storm of circumstances, including heightened melting of Antarctica's vast ice sheet and rising temperatures in the surrounding oceans, created an environment conducive to the rapid proliferation and multiplication of diatoms. Hancock believes that as they flourished, they became a source of sustenance for countless other organisms, initiating a chain reaction throughout the food web. During this ancient epoch, as the planet experienced a gradual warming trend, the increased flow of meltwater from the Antarctic ice sheet infused the surrounding oceans with essential nutrients and minerals. Simultaneously, the rising ocean temperatures acted as a catalyst, fueling the growth spurt of these resilient microscopic organisms. The findings from the research project carry a profound message about the future of our planet. The scientists behind the study expressed deep concern that the ongoing climate change caused by human activities could set the stage for conditions reminiscent of the past. They strongly emphasized the need to delve deeper into the evolutionary history of ecosystems during previous periods of warming. By doing so, we can gain valuable insights into the potential changes that await us in the not-so-distant future. Antarctica, the icy continent at the southernmost tip of the Earth, stands as one of the most fragile and susceptible regions to the impacts of climate change. The urgency to study and comprehend the intricate workings of its polar marine ecosystems, both in the past and present, is paramount. By unraveling the responses of these delicate ecosystems to environmental shifts, we can better prepare ourselves for the challenges that lie ahead, Armbrecht said. Joe Rogan has ventured into various intriguing aspects of Antarctica, and his conversation with Graham Hancock shed light on a captivating topic: the presence of Antarctica in ancient maps. Surprisingly, despite its official discovery in 1820, detailed maps from the 1500s already showcased Antarctica, said Graham Hancock. According to Graham Hancock, these maps were based on even older source maps that have unfortunately been lost over time, adding to the mystery. One remarkable map, the Pinkerton World Map from around 1813 or 1818, provided an honest representation of Antarctica's placement based on the exploration data available at that time. However, Graham Hancock considered delving even further into earlier maps, like the Ward C. Muller World Map from around 1530. Antarctica, referred to as the Southern Land, is depicted precisely where it should be. Notably, it appears larger than its current size, because Antarctica was more expansive during the Ice Age. The mind-boggling question arises: how could a map drawn in the 1500s, relying on earlier source maps, accurately depict Antarctica when its existence was unknown at that time? Rogan and Graham Hancock speculate that this phenomenon points to the remnants of a lost civilization that extensively mapped the world and left behind evidence that ancient mapmakers discovered and incorporated into their maps, ultimately passed down to us.
In this realm of deep and mysterious waters, the unknown beckons and the tales of extraterrestrial activity are anything but ordinary. In recent decades, human fascination with extraterrestrial life and unidentified flying objects, UFOs, has grown significantly. Despite numerous reported sightings, mainstream scientists and astronomers remain hesitant to acknowledge the existence of extraterrestrial beings. Why are they reluctant to accept the possibility of another civilization surpassing ours in advancement? Is this reluctance driven by the fear of potential mass hysteria? Or is it caused by the realization that official statements from authorities may have been lies and cover-ups? The latter scenario appears more plausible, particularly considering the countless eyewitness accounts of UFOs in the Alaska Triangle. UFO hunters consistently claim that aliens are already living among us on Earth. However, if this were true, why aren't they visible? Where could they be hiding? The answers to these questions are unveiling themselves. As we all know, Earth comprises 71% water, leaving only about 30% land, much of which remains unexplored. Remarkably, only 5% of the planet's water bodies have been studied, leaving about 95% unexplored. It becomes evident that the aliens, if they exist, could be hiding in places where humans seldom venture, under the sea. Earth's vast expanses of water may serve as the ideal hiding place for a potential secret alien base. In fact, reports over the last 4 decades indicate underwater UFO activities. These unidentified objects are constantly being tracked but remain submerged for extended periods, eluding the Navy's detection. Their ability to dive to unprecedented depths raises questions about their tech and purpose under the sea. Currently, compelling evidence suggests the existence of an underwater UFO base in Alaska. This is the only plausible explanation for the numerous sighting reports in the area. UFO researcher Johnny Enoch, who closely monitors these reports, is convinced that extraterrestrials have established underwater bases in the region. Given the extensive and untapped coastline of 33,000 miles and over 3 million lakes, the Alaska Triangle provides an optimal hiding place for aliens seeking refuge on Earth. Jeremy Ray, a volunteer at the Mutual UFO Network, MUFON, a US-based non-profit organization dedicated to studying reported UFO sightings, also strongly believes in the existence of some form of UFO underwater base. Also, some compelling evidence supporting the notion of UFOs hiding in the waters of the Alaska Triangle come directly from United States servicemen. In 1969, the first UFO sighting in Alaskan waters occurred while Dan Willis served in naval communications. Willis was a certified high-speed code operator stationed at the Naval Communications Station in San Francisco. He operated within the code room and held a top-secret security clearance for handling extra-sensitive materials. His life took a turn when he received a secret priority message from a ship, an event he refrained from disclosing until it was legally safe to share. Willis, patiently awaiting changes in military laws that would allow him to speak publicly without the threat of imprisonment, received the life-altering message during a routine workday. A ship off the coast of Alaska transmitted the message via Morse code, reporting a peculiar object just off its port side. The crew observed a large, brightly glowing reddish-orange elliptical object, nearly 70 feet in diameter, emerging from the ocean and swiftly ascending into space. The radar operator noted blips indicating speeds exceeding 7,000 meters per hour. Decoding the Morse code message, Willis encountered an exceptionally unusual report. It became evident that he had received information about a UFO sighting. In 1969, the idea of Earth possessing such advanced technology seemed implausible to Willis, leading him to conclude that the mysterious object had extraterrestrial origins. However, despite the significance of the news, divulging such an event was illegal under the 1953 Espionage Act. Willis was torn between his legal duty and the desire to share this extraordinary secret. The gravity of the situation prompted him to contemplate making a copy of the message. Still, the potential consequences, including a 10-year imprisonment for a single transgression, weighed heavily on his decision-making process. However, Willis opted to address the issue with his superiors, who subsequently forwarded it to the highest authorities of the US Navy. This marked an unprecedented experience for Willis, as he had set in motion a chain of events leading to an official Navy secret report reaching the Chief of Naval Operations. This was a departure from his routine reality. Curiously, the fate of the top secret report mirrored that of countless UFO sighting reports, never surfacing into public awareness. Despite being unable to disrupt the status quo, Willis remained convinced that something peculiar was transpiring in Alaska. He delved into the matter and was astounded by his findings. As he conducted more research, Willis uncovered numerous reports of disks emerging from the ocean near Alaska. One such report, dated back to the summer of 1945, involved an incident with an Army transporter ship named De La Roth passing by Adak, one of the Ionian Islands in the southwest corner of Alaska. It is said that a crew member spotted ripples in the water just a mile from their ship, and soon after, a sizable round object surfaced. According to the report, this extraordinary object was substantial, measuring approximately 150 to 200 feet wide, and began circling the boat. The crew, understandably frightened by the spectacle, questioned the nature of the large object emerging from the sea and its purpose in encircling their vessel. The crew reported that the circular object remained eerily quiet, unaffected by the surrounding winds, and seemed to operate on its propulsion system. Despite the sailors' fear for their lives, they chose not to open fire, fearing that doing so might provoke an attack. In hindsight, refraining from opening fire on the flying object proved a prudent defense strategy. The unidentified aerial phenomenon took off after circling the ship 2 to 3 times. The ship continued on its course, reaching Seattle without any noteworthy encounters or reported sightings of the UFO. The 14 crew members, including a radio man who witnessed this peculiar object, collectively signed a summary and reported the incident. However, upon returning to shore, the top-secret report compiled by the crew was promptly shelved. This case exemplifies just one of many UFO sightings Willis uncovered through his research. Willis sensed a recurring pattern in these reports, with many eyewitnesses observing objects emerging from the ocean and rapidly ascending at remarkable speeds. Among these witnesses is Beverly Sue Waltz, who not only saw one, but multiple unidentified flying objects rising from the ocean. Waltz, through her binoculars, witnessed thousands of these strange objects ascending from the ocean's depths and shooting straight toward the sky. While shaken by the experience, she was confident that these objects were neither military nor man-made. The quiet emergence and rapid disappearance into the skyline at astonishing speeds convinced her. That was all she needed to know. These were creations of a civilization far more technologically advanced than humans. Considering Waltz's account, the Alaska Triangle is possibly a habitat for extraterrestrials living underwater. Some UFO researchers even propose the existence of underwater wormholes, enabling extraterrestrials to traverse between two locations without leaving the ocean depths. Similarly, aviator Theo Chesley shared one of the most significant and credible UFO encounters in recent Alaskan history, catching the attention of author and researcher David Childress. Intrigued, Childress traveled to Anchorage to meet with Chesley and examine the evidence of his extraordinary experience. Having flown for about 35 years, Chesley recounted the incident in his aircraft in October 2019. In the northeast of the mountain, approximately 30 miles away, he and his crew spotted something unusual in the sky. Observing it closely, Chesley noted a horizontal disc that turned vertical as they approached the mountain and moved toward them. It then positioned itself next to the mountain, maintaining its distinct shape. Inquisitive, Chesley wondered if it had a cloud around it or a tail, noticing a slight wisp trailing from the back. As they flew by the mountain, the UFO halted its movement, defying expectations. Upon reflecting on his extensive flying experience, over 15,000 hours, predominantly in Alaska, Chesley confirmed that this sighting was unlike anything he had encountered. A startling development occurred as he and his crew continued observing the vertically parked sphere in the sky. A second object emerged from the mountain. Monitoring both the hovering sphere and the new object flying out of the mountain, Chesley provided further context by presenting a picture. In this image, a green orb is manifested on the side of the mountain at a lower elevation. The subsequent photograph captured a surprising alteration in the shape of the vertical sphere in the sky. Something appeared to have flown inside, distorting its form, marked by two small protrusions resembling wings. Recognizing the escalating concern, Chesley decided to leave the scene. The perceived size of the anomaly heightened the apprehension, especially given the vast scale of the mountain and the observation point being 40 to 50 miles away. Chesley estimated the object to be nearly half a mile wide. Another thing that characterized the events was that many of these sightings were also near volcanoes. One of the earliest documented modern UFO sightings involved a squadron of vehicles entering a volcano on June 24, 1947. Flying his private plane near Mount Rainier in Washington, Kenneth Arnold witnessed 9 disc-shaped objects moving at an astonishing speed across the horizon. These objects subsequently vanished into the nearby volcano, Mount Adams. The trend of UFO sightings around volcanoes is not isolated to this incident. It has been observed in various locations worldwide, including the Canary Islands, Mexico, South America, Mount Shasta, and Hawaii. This intriguing pattern raises questions about the attraction of these volcanic areas for unidentified flying objects. The phenomenon becomes even more perplexing when considering subsequent occurrences. 6 months after the initial sighting, Theo Chesley was alone in a different aircraft, witnessing an extraordinary event. Out of nowhere, a massive cloud formation materialized above and east of the mountain, creating a stark contrast against the clear sky. A photograph captured just a minute before the cloud's appearance showcased the abrupt transformation. The cloud, taking on various shapes, presented a peculiar sight. There seemed to be something black within it, suggesting the presence of an object beneath this morphing formation. Theo Chesley recounted this surreal experience, adding another layer to the mystery of UFO sightings near volcanic regions. During the peculiar occurrence, Chesley had the aircraft on autopilot as it flew near the mountain. To his surprise, the aircraft deviated from its intended course while on autopilot, heading toward the mountain. Twice this happened, prompting Chesley to intervene manually by shutting off the autopilot. He had to reset the heading and confirm the aircraft's course. Baffled by the autopilot's unusual behavior, Chesley considered the possibility of some internal sensing mechanism reacting to a magnetic anomaly. The idea that a magnetic force was influencing the autopilot raised parallels to other mysterious phenomena. This includes incidents in the Bermuda Triangle, where instruments go haywire or vessels veer off course without explanation. Reflecting on this experience, Chesley emphasized the significance of the story. He pointed out the similarity with other mysterious disappearances, including military planes that occurred in Alaska over the past 70 years. The combination of unexplained phenomena, vanishing planes, and the magnetic anomalies sensed by the autopilot adds layers to the enduring mystery of Alaska. In February 2023, another startling incident related to UFO sightings in Alaska made headlines. According to US officials, an unidentified object was downed 10 miles off the frozen coast of Alaska on a Friday afternoon. However, details about the object remain scarce. Reports from US military pilots dispatched to investigate the object provided conflicting accounts. This contributed to the Pentagon's cautious approach to defining the nature of the object, as revealed by a source briefed on the intelligence. It also marked the second instance within a week when US jets had taken down an object. The previous incident involved the shooting down of a suspected Chinese spy balloon off the coast of South Carolina. Following the initial detection of the object on Thursday, F-35 fighter jets were dispatched to investigate, as reported by a US official. According to John Kirby, the first flyby of US fighter aircraft occurred on Thursday night, with a second one on Friday morning. However, both encounters yielded only limited information about the object. Divergent reports emerged from the pilots regarding their observations, as disclosed by a source familiar with the intelligence. Some pilots asserted that the object interfered with their sensors. Additionally, certain pilots claimed to witness no identifiable propulsion on the object, unable to explain how it maintained flight at an altitude of 40,000 feet. As such, the conflicting eyewitness accounts have contributed to the Pentagon's inability to explain the object comprehensively. The following day, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, disclosed monitoring a high-altitude airborne object over northern Canada. During this time, military aircraft from Alaska and Canada also operated in the area. After discussions with President Joe Biden, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced his order to shoot down the object shortly after. John Kirby, the National Security Council Coordinator for Strategic Communications, emphasized that the object had entered US territorial waters and airspace. This led fighter aircraft assigned to US Northern Command to take the object down within the last hour. When asked about the operation, President Biden said it was a success. However, the connection between this object, the Chinese spy balloon, or the object previously shot down in Alaska remains unclear. Trudeau informed the public that Canadian forces would lead the recovery operation of the object. The incident occurred at 1:45 p.m. EST, and although officials have refrained from characterizing it as a balloon, recovery teams collected debris on the ice in US territorial waters. Kirby mentioned that President Biden was briefed on the object on Thursday evening as soon as sufficient information became available. In a statement, US Northern Command acknowledged a lack of new information about the object's capabilities, purpose, or origin. Details about the object's appearance or origin remain unclear. Kirby also acknowledged that the object did not exhibit self-maneuvering capabilities. They also cited challenging Arctic weather conditions affecting recovery efforts. Pentagon spokesman Brig General Patrick Ryder mentioned on Friday that the object was traveling northeast across Alaska, describing it as about the size of a small car and emphasizing its dissimilarity in size and shape to the Chinese surveillance balloon downed off the South Carolina coast on February 4th. Kirby emphasized the limited information available, referring to the object as such because it's the best description currently known. The ownership of the object, whether state-owned, corporate-owned, or privately owned, remains unknown. The primary reason the Chinese surveillance balloon was permitted to traverse the continental US last week was the absence of significant concerns about potential damage to people or property if the object were to be shot down. Brig General Patrick Ryder stressed that the object's origin remains unknown and didn't appear manned. The decision to shoot it down was based on its perceived reasonable threat to civilian air traffic while cruising at 40,000 feet. The object was shot down near the Canadian border and northeastern Alaska, courtesy of an F-22 fighter jet from Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, Alaska. The aircraft was equipped with an AIM-9X, the same missile utilized to bring down the surveillance balloon. Waiting until daylight hours to facilitate pilot visibility, the military conducted the operation supported by aerial assets from the Alaska Air National Guard. The recovery effort involves the active participation of the Alaska National Guard, units under US Northern Command, and various aircraft. These aircraft include the HC-130 Hercules, HH-60 Pavehawk, and CH-47 Chinook, as highlighted by Ryder. Thus far, officials have not indicated that the object is in any way connected to the Chinese surveillance balloon downed last weekend, the wreckage of which is still undergoing recovery on the Atlantic Ocean floor. Brigadier General Patrick Ryder stated that recovery teams were able to map the debris field and collected debris on the ocean floor. While refraining from specific details for classification reasons, Ryder mentioned discovering a substantial amount of debris. This would significantly contribute to understanding the capabilities of the balloon and its surveillance equipment. The Alaska Triangle emerges as a hotspot for UFO activity, prompting questions about advanced civilizations beyond our own. Eyewitness accounts, military reports, and researchers like Johnny Enoch and Dan Willis support the hypothesis of extraterrestrial beings finding refuge underwater. Numerous sightings off Alaska's coast, including a suppressed Navy report in 1969, reveal a recurring pattern of UFOs rising from the ocean depths. While the scientific community remains cautious, cumulative evidence suggests the existence of underwater UFO bases in the Alaska Triangle. The uncharted depths of Earth's oceans may hold the key to unlocking the secrets of extraterrestrial life, challenging our understanding of the universe. The quest for answers continues, driven by a growing body of intriguing and mysterious encounters.